Folks, what's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Patchy the Demon Princess campaign. And yes, that lovable scamp from the Austrian campaign has now transcended into the realms of chaos, become a demon prince, gathered an army, and even just defeated the Ever-Chosen in our last episode, folks. So yes, it does stay real here. We do have to mop up a lot of the Ever-Chosen's kind of scummy vassals here, so we'll have to get rid of them. And we had a second army gain a big victory over Throg, and we needed to name that character. And the name that I saw that I thought would really be good here is Patchet. So apparently, you all wanted Patchy to have his own demon bride. Here we go. There we go. So we got Patchet, the demon bride. So, and we need some names. We got Turhilius, or sorry, this is supposed to be Turdhilius. We're going to change this to match the Nurgle, but we, of course, loved Turhilius, the Chronicler from our Chaon campaign. And then we didn't... So there was another name that came from Pyrrhic Strategos. He said we should name the Slaaneshi Lord Superfly because they got sent flying so far by Throg. So we'll rename this one Superfly the Troll Throde here. There we go, Superfly the Troll Throde. So we've got our army set up. It's going to need to be recruited into more. We're running a little bit low on favor from the Chaos Gods, but we are doing all right. We're going to make it. There's a lot of building upgrades that need to be made. I'm kind of sitting on a few of them because I'm trying to build up enough cash here to make sure we can keep things rolling in case we get sieged or have a couple of setbacks. So I am going to try and build up just a little bit of a nest egg. But man, hey, I really appreciate all of you who are watching this. We had a lot of comments I got through, and I think I read all of them tonight. I'm actually going to go start from the bottom. Usually work my way from the top down, but I'll start from the bottom and work my way up here. Rue Creation says, all of us in the Total War community need you, man. Well, thank you, Rue. Rook Creations. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Time is short, and I have a lot of things I need to be doing, but I love making this for you all too. I really do. So I appreciate that kind of support. It means a lot to me. Definitely appreciate the kind words. We're going to keep doing this relations with Cornate Factions because we've got to keep the relationship up with Valkia. So yeah, appreciate it. And then Senshi Bat says, Crowboy whispers in the ear of the subordinate to move to Moot and farm the halfling chickens. You know, I wish we were in the Moot, Senshi. I could use some halfling cooking. Or some cooked halfling, you know, however it goes. Thank you for being so awesome, Senshi, being a part of the channel for so long. Love you, man. You're great. All right, so let's move. We should, yeah, we'll be in our own territory. I'm going to move to the south and west here. Oh, we found an army. Found two armies. So we turned up where the Never-Chosen's forces were hiding here. The Writhing Fortress is still building up its garrison. It looks like it's going to be a pretty strong one, to be honest, as soon as it gets a few more turns of replenishment. We're going to make this garrison strong and gain some more favor here as well. I've been trying to build these buildings that'll pick us up a little extra favor here and there. We need it quite badly. Let's see, like, for instance, I could throw one at Port of Secrets. Port of Secrets, the garrisons for Nurgle aren't as good anyway. They're probably not going to hold. Let's just drop a little favor there as well. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and drop this growth building, even though it could still do us some good. I'll put some favor there and then focus on garrison. So again, I just want to, get some buildings built that'll sling a little favor our direction over the next little while, though. Some of these places I kind of rather just focus on some defense. We need to upgrade that. That's going to take some cash, right? I'm going to sit on the rest. It's just kind of a safety buffer here. We have not moved Patchet, the Demon Bride, here. I would like to take Palace Princes back off of the Beastmen, so I'm going to move that direction. We'll see what they're up to over here. If they're not present, then I'll try and knock them out. See Throg building up some more armies there, too. I'm not surprised. Let's go ahead and end this one. I'll get to a few more of your comments here. Lance says, take a look at the mod that allows you to take all dedications. Made my campaign a lot more interesting. Now, that is interesting. I'll have to check that one out. I haven't thought about that one. For now, we should be good where we're at, but I appreciate it, Lance. That's a great suggestion. Michael McCoy says, been enjoying the content for years. Well, thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. Glad to have you around all these years. Military act. You know what? Yes, I'll give her military access because hopefully that'll keep her from hating me and she can move through my lands to attack other people. Kane says, smoke a turkey and a ham. Have plenty of choice on the day for everyone, as well as a lot of leftovers. Man, I love leftover smoked turkey and ham. Makes absolutely awesome sandwiches. You can eat the ham with eggs and other stuff too, even for breakfast. Like, I mean, it is hard to go wrong. I am gonna sneak forward a little. I mean, I have got line of sight on Palace of Princes. Does have a garrison of... what is this? Axe infantry. So this is Gores, some kind of Gores with shields. Pretty weak garrison. I'm not seeing anything there that's looking overly scary. I'm going to enter an ambush stance so that the beastmen won't see me coming, and hopefully we can sneak in here and get a victory with Patchet. We're going to need to go take a look to see... Yeah, the AI, despite having their aggression tweaked, they definitely chose to run away from me here. I don't blame them. If I attack this army, I can pull the others out of the settlement. Or I could just move up into an ambush stance. I hate that our bloodletting has been mostly inactive. It's because all the settlements are too far apart over here. We can't really keep the bloodletting high right now, unfortunately. It's really frustrating. I wish that they would slow down the rate of dissipation there just a little bit. Because sometimes I struggle for battles. Because number one, the AI runs away from you, and then number two, you get in places like this where the settlements are like 2 turns apart and you're just losing it constantly, so it's a little bit frustrating there. T-Rex Rex, thanks for being a channel member, and you too, Senshi. He says, could name a new lord Mask after Slaaneish's former favorite demonette and dancer, cursed by Slaanesh to dance forever after she tried to console Slaanesh with a performance after a bad defeat against Khorne. Mask the seamstress, now forever sewing a pair of pants for Patchy that Patchy refuses to wear. That was also a great name suggestion. Unfortunately, I cannot use all of the name suggestions. I wish I could. Look at this. See, they supposedly tweaked the AI aggression. All they gotta do is just stick these armies together and they can challenge me. It wouldn't be a great challenge, they'd lose, but it's like, put these armies together and come fight me. This kind of crap right here, in my opinion, is what's holding Total War Warhammer 3 and other Total War games from being absolutely epic to being like pretty darn good and sometimes annoying, right? See how they all ran away from me? You have a garrison here as well. Stand and fight. I'm coming to you. Fight me here. So supposedly they tweaked the AI aggression. However, you can see in this case they are not responding as such. What they're doing is they're all splitting up and heading back for unguarded settlements because that's what the AI wants. They don't ever really want to fight you. They really just want to be able to try and take something that they think they can get easily. So that's all they're really after here, is looking for easy targets. So what they'll do is, rather than fight for their territory and seek a decisive engagement that could defeat me, they'll run off and split up in lots of directions, which will allow me to defeat them ultimately. You can see our garrison here at the Writhing Fortress is now quite potent. The AI is gonna wish that they hadn't let me do this, but can't say I care. Man, some Skull Crushers would be absolutely awesome. Blood Crushers and Skull Crushers, really nice units. Let's see here. Patchy has a skill point. Not a whole lot of stuff that I'm really wanting to spend his skill points on. That's definitely a mod that I should have checked into before this one, was to look at better skill points for the Demon Prince, because honestly his are kind of crappy. A lot of people had been complaining about that for a while. I hadn't really checked into it though, and I tend to agree with them now. Right, the Palace of Princes will be ours once again. Looks like we've got this. So Patchet picking up another victory. We've got Nurgle and Khorne here. Let's keep the mix of Nurgle and Khorne, so I'll go ahead and occupy this one for Khorne. Alright. Let's get some garrison, and then we'll upgrade and throw some favor in there as well. Need to upgrade here. Alright, so we'll finally be getting some work done there. It looks like the Beastmen are destroyed, so we got rid of them. And I can now use Patchet to help defend against Throg's incursions, while we use Patchy to try and finish our enemies in this vicinity. Yeah. I don't know whether I should spend money on that right now or not, because there's probably a lot of enemy armies around me. Can we go back to that? Oh, there was stuff there that I wanted to look at. Let's go ahead and reissue our commandment here. Nurgle Corruption do growth 15. Yeah, let's do that. In this turn, let's see what we come up against. Dead Marine says, you might want to consider naming one of your Cornate characters Jonathan Davis. He was the lead singer of the band Korn. That's a nice suggestion. Now, I wouldn't know that because I don't know anything about music, but a fun suggestion nonetheless. Lord Crowstaff says, please air, don't go. The commenters need you. They look up to you. Like I said, if I ever go, which inevitably is going to happen, right? I'm getting older, been on here forever. I'm not planning on it anytime soon, so don't freak out. But if I ever go, it's because I kind of get forced into it. I just have to, right? It won't be because I want to. But no, I'm not planning on leaving immediately or anytime in the near future. So you all hang tight. I will keep bringing you content to the best of my ability. It will be a limited ability, but I will bring it to you nonetheless. See, they're just splitting up and going for all of my settlements. Look at this. Just running behind my lines. They can't accomplish anything useful with the way this is working. So they're just running behind my lines, being annoying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and play their idiotic programming against them. I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to enter an ambush stance. See, the bloodletting is just going to drop again. I have to waste time doing this to try and draw them back towards my other settlements. This little army probably can't win. This one's questionable. Just depends on how we get treated. But see, like, I need to be pushing forward and conquering, but now instead I've got to deal with these idiots running all over my back lines. I could potentially just keep pushing them. And just knocking their stuff out, but I mean, they'll cause enough havoc back here that I'm gonna have to deal with them eventually, so that's why I'm gonna try this. Alright, so Patchet picks up a skill point. I'm working on trying to get her over to Lightning Strike and the reduced upkeep and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, despoilers, income from raiding, server die, recruit. So let's just do this. Get Draft Master. So now that is going to allow me to open up Drawn to Decadence, which will drop the upkeep cost. We're making significantly more money now. I think that has to do with our bloodletting jumping up. Yeah, because we get an upkeep reduction. So we are making more money under certain circumstances, which is great. We definitely need to keep pushing that as best we can. Let's see here. So Superfly, the Troll Throde. Let's go with training. This army is going to need to buff their units up quite a bit. The regiments of renown we got here. We do have a little bit of Nurgle in this army. We could throw the Barons of the Bog in here and the Festering Stooges. That might be kind of fun. Let's do it. Let's throw those two units in. Our Slaneshi Nurgle mixture in this army, which is an interesting mixture, of course, because the two play so very differently than each other. I'm going to move this army back towards the other side. We got many, many turns, but it may come in handy. I don't know. Throg's got an army here, too, that... Well, he just made peace with me, actually, so he's not going to attack me immediately, probably. I'm going to go into Forced March, and I'm going to start, trucking it back across my territory. When we come across some of my original territory, too, I can probably recruit potentially some units here that we might need. Building upgrade available, let's see. Probably wouldn't hurt to upgrade garrisons, but the Tower of Torment's about to be knocked out, so really no need to waste any effort there. Let's just go ahead and end this turn. We're not really missing too much here in terms of buildings. The building stuff is going to be slow. The buildings are expensive. You don't make a ton of money as Chaos, so it's just going to take a while. BME says, I know with my work it peaks during this time of year and can be exhausting. I at least have off-season between December to February, where work is almost non-existent. Hope your job can feel some of those old positions to ease the workload, or fill some of the old positions to ease the workload. Yeah, I hope so too. It's not looking like it. I think that the company is just fine working the rest of us to death and saving the money. They made a lot of bad decisions. At the end of the COVID stuff, they purchased way too much stuff. Our inventory is way too high, and they couldn't sell it. And so they just made a lot of bad decisions. And it's funny because the leadership made those bad decisions, the corporate leadership. And rather than hold themselves accountable, of course, we get to pay the price. So, yeah, rather than them be accountable for that, maybe losing their bonus, and they may lose a chunk of it based on the company performance, but yeah, rather than like any real punishment coming to them because they're the ones that chose that direction, not us, right? They chose it. I'm sure that they'll find a way to take it out on us like this, where you lose people and then they just make you go without, essentially. So we'll try one more time here to get this next army. I think we'll succeed. I don't really want to spend money on the Burning Monolith with these armies still running around. There's probably armies getting ready to steamroll in from these other directions too. That's kind of part of the reason why I'm swinging Patchy over here. It's going to take her a long time to get here, but the closer that she gets, Patchy can just ignore this marauding trash here and just focus on pushing forward and getting rid of all of their remaining territory, which of course will make it to where they can't put anything else together once Patchy mops them up. So that should ultimately be the play here. Building upgrade available. I mean, we do have a lot of... Oh my gosh, the garrison here is going to get nasty real fast. I like it. I like it a lot. Again, let's just save a little cash. We do have a damaged building at the Tower of Torment. I might repair it just to see if I can lure them back. Sometimes the AI will get lured back when you spend some money on those buildings. These other armies, though, are so beat up now, they're effectively, you know, they're not battle-worthy, which should be good. Let's get to the next comment here. Let's see. Kane says, Avicia should be Helen of Troy, and Sin Dancer should be the Temnestra? Helen's sister? I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's do callbacks to the eras of Total War. Again, fun name. See, they fell for my ambush. Like, I hid in front of an unguarded settlement, and they wanted to head towards it. So again, you can sometimes use the AI's idiotic mentality against them here, and in this case, worked out very good. Appreciate the names, Kane. I do have them named already, but always appreciate your comments and participation. You're an awesome member of the community. I love having you here, so thank you. I'm going to kill off these guys, get some corn glory, and then I'm going to swing back around and pick up my settlements again, because there's nothing they can do about it. So we'll grab the Burning Monolith, and then I can turn around. Like I said, they'll probably have armies rolling towards me any moment now, knowing the rapid rate at which the AI recruits things. I guess I'll go ahead and spend that money there since we're sitting on a rather large amount. And the Monolith of Festering will build it up. So I'll go ahead and spend some money making some upgrades here, because I imagine we're about to be able to hold it. So the Folly of Malefics and the Palace of Princes could use a little help on this front. It's like we are working on both, so that'll be coming soon enough. Twisted Towers. It's okay. Like, I don't like their garrison there. It's going to have to work. It's a little farther off the beaten path, fortunately, so I don't think we're probably going to get slapped there. And we don't have to worry about Throg for a few turns. Our army's on the move to come ensure we can knock this stuff out. We've got skill point on Patchy. Bloodletting is continuing to rise, which is going to be good in this case. And let's throw this upgrade on Scribe. And speaking of Scribe, he's got our kill count for us. Let me scroll up to that one. Warhost of the Apocalypse is now in the lead, as they should be, with 7,248 losses. And they just added some more to that as well, so I appreciate their sacrifices. Hag Grief is in second, but they're destroyed with 7145. Crag at 6642. And the Word of the One-Eye donated a few more souls to our cause at the end of this one. They were in fourth place, so I'm sure we'll see more of them soon. Thank you, Killscribe. You are the best. I love those kill counts. Please keep them coming. All right. So let's keep on moving. Let's give Scribe more points. I'm going to put Scribe over onto the Juggernaut, I think. Let's put him on the Juggernaut for an episode or two. Just try it out. That's going to be over here in the details. And then, let's see, old Juggernaut. Oh my gosh, he has got some sick weapon damage on the Juggernaut. I love it. I figured he would. And let's see, a Dragon Helm gives him flame resistance. Weapon strength of 10% more. That would be pretty ludicrous, so I'll take it. There's an Opal Amulet here, which, yeah, take it, it's not great. And then we'll throw the Dragon Helm to Scribe here as well. We just don't have a lot of items here, and that's something that we probably need to rectify over time. Patchet's got access to very little here as well. What about ancillaries? Do we have decent ancillaries? Campaign movement range is going to be good. Again, campaign movement range, we'll take that. Let's see. Improvement cost for flesh hounds, not a big deal. Casualties captured post battle, that's good. Be worth something. Seduce Slanesh units, that could be good as well. Let's grab that. How does that? Seduce Slanesh units minus 15. I don't know why we get that from a Nurglish Zealot, but whatever. I'll take it. Measure of Decay. Schemer. Ambush success chance would be nice. Destruction cost drop. Yeah, there's an extra seduction reduction there. Seduction reduction. Didn't mean for all that to rhyme, but you know, it sure did. We got some stuff thrown on. Throw that in there as well. Throw that in. And let's see. Campaign range. Alright, so we'll just throw some more of that stuff in there. We need to take a look at new body parts for Patchy to see if he has any. He probably does. So let's head into his character details and check out what we got here. We've got a brass-tipped charging horns, which it does give him huge charge bonus, and it gives him call for power as well. Let's look at in the infernal hordes, also call for power, extra leadership and attack. Bestial charging horns is what we have on right now. I mean, he gets fueled by rage and gore feast, which I really like. I really like the healing on gore feast. I'm very reluctant to give up on gore feast at this point. They're gonna have to do a whole lot. I mean, it is very tempting with like Purple Sun, especially that upgraded cast. Like that is certainly tempting. Let's take a look at the torsos. Got the new cosmic body here. All of these are part of our having given ourselves to the undivided chaos. So this one is enabled if the hit points less than 10%. I hate that kind of crap where you have to basically be dead for it to come online. Word save, infinite duration, melee damage reflection plus 28. Missile block chance plus 20. He gets 200 barrier hit points. I mean, that is pretty cool. We would lose some attack and defense, but we would gain a lot of missile resistance and reflect a lot of damage. That could be pretty neat. I mean, our stats are absolutely bonkers right now. They'd still be very good. Let's try it for a while. Let's try the armored cosmic body for a while. Oh, that's definitely looking very cosmic. Patchy's very stylish there. This one also has chaos armor. And that one comes with a 10% ward save and more melee defense. Gosh, that could be... So we don't get the barrier, but you pick up an extra 15 armor, I think. And we get a 10% ward save. Oh, it's still army... Yeah, so it's armor plus 40 on both, but if you give up the barrier, you just get a straight up 10% ward save. Seems like that would be good. And then we get some extra melee defense with it too. And melee defense is always solid. Yeah, let's go with the plate armor. The plate armor seems pretty appropriate. Let's see. More hit points, foreboding ignition, chaos armor. That one just gives us way more hit points. We would lose that, but we'd gain the hit points. And that's pretty tempting. Nurgle armor there. Quit zooming in. Goodness sakes. We got the controls. Take a look at the wings. Armored wings. So purge the weak. Purge the weak. I don't think I want to change wings. I'm pretty sure I'm rocking the wings that give Pestilent Decay. We get Pestilent Decay here. Piercing weapon damage plus 5%. So that would basically keep the same thing, but we would give up the extra charge bonus for it. We'll keep what we got here. It's pretty close to the same. Let's check out the left arm. Heavy gauntlets. Melee attack, physical resistance, base weapon damage, and melee defense up. We would lose some armor and some weapon damage, but we'd pick up melee defense. That doesn't really seem like a great change for us. Either one. That's base weapon damage, armor piercing. Yes, we keep the armor piercing weapon damage there, which I like. That one's just an augment, so we would lose the 10% armor piercing damage, but gain some attack. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna stick with what we got there. Let's take a look at the right arm. So we picked up the heavy gauntlets. We got mortal blow here, which is gonna give extra weapon damage for a short period of time and physical resist. Getting for the slaughterer here, though, that's a really nice ability. So again, it's gonna be hard for me to want to give that one up. I feel like that's a really nice ability. Lassus Slash, yeah, I'm not gonna give it up for that. Let's go ahead and check out the legs here. This one would take away a hair charge bonus, but give us even more melee defense, which honestly would be pretty slick. Where's our current legs? Devastating Flanker is pretty sweet, though, too, because then that ups our... Eesh. Yeah, see, I don't know. Devastating Flanker is pretty sweet. Demonic Onslaught would be really cool. Dang, man, there's a lot of good options. Sinful Footing, extra mass, armor piercing. It's 120 armor. Dang, and more weapon strength too, and extra unit mass. I don't know. I might go for these gross Nurgle legs here. Oh yeah, Patchy looking a little less fashionable, a little more functional right now. We do have the Serpentine Tail, which is a nice damage ability, and we've been hanging on to that one for a long time. We're also getting a lot of extra attack and stuff out of it too, so that one's going to be hard. Give up. That one would keep the attack and just make us faster, but then we would lose the Serpentine Tail. One's more of a Winds of Magic play, so not what we need here. Let's take a look. We got some new hand weapons. Oh boy, we got a bunch of them. Hungering Demon Blade. That one would give us even more damage. We would lose our bonus versus large. Oh my gosh, man, we got some big old blades in here. Blade, Hellforged Blade. 717, but we'd lose our bonus versus large. That's another huge one, but lose the bonus versus large. I don't know, that bonus versus large is really nice. But I mean, that is also a nice pickup of damage. 705 is pretty brutal. Bonus versus large obviously would help us hit large targets better. But man, just that overall bonus is pretty beautiful. Let's try it out for a while. This one's going to give us the absolute most, so let's go to Hellforged Blade. That is a big sword. So we'll give that one a try for a while. Then we got shields here. Let's see. Missile block chance plus... Wow, this would give us... Okay, so it's the same missile block chance. This one would just give us an extra... bit of attack here. There's 3% missile resistance, which is not that significant. This one gives us a little bit more attack. Let's roll with that shield for a while. What's it look like? Pretty nice looking Slaneshi shield there. We'll take it. Then two-handed weapons. Let's see, we do have the Colossal Morning Star here, which that one's a bonus versus infantry, but oh my gosh, that damage. It's a lot of extra base damage, but still, that is some brutal damage. would turn Patchy into a blob buster, essentially, but I mean, he should still be pretty solid against other lords with that much damage. I've got to, I don't know, but see, then we lose the shield too, so I'm going to stick with the one we got for now, but we might have to try that one later on. So there we go. Got some time in. I know you all have been really wanting me to make sure to pay attention to the new body parts, so there we go. There's certainly a lot of cool options. We've got some more money rolling in, so that is good news. Let's see. This is kind of a Slaaneshi Nurgle thing here, and we're passing through Slaanesh country. Demonettes. I mean, we could pick up some Demonettes if we kind of wait here patiently for a turn. Striders, Forsaken, Hell Scourges. What would be more useful here? So, I mean, Demonettes would certainly be nice in this army. But I do have a couple of elite infantry, at least for the moment. You know, I'm okay on mobility. It's not great. Yeah, I might try and pick up some recruits here as we pass Blackrock. I think I'm gonna throw this building chain here and put an upgrade here at Blackrock so we can improve further. That's all I'm gonna spend this turn. Let's end this one. Hopefully we can get a battle in. We don't have a battle so far, but I guess I can't help that. You know, like there's not a good battle because the AI is running away from me. Let's get some more comments. Greek Neek says, I love this campaign. It's so good. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the kind words. Keegan says, I love reading White Dwarf. I don't have the space or time to get into tabletop despite owning some unassembled models. I usually give the info cards to my friends, but reading the little battle reports and looking at other people's models is amazing. Worth it. I do too. I have a few of my own models. I'm very, very slowly making progress on them. One day I would like to actually play some tabletop just to see what it's like. The miniatures are awesome. They're a lot of work to put together, but they are so much fun, and I find it very satisfying. So yeah, I mean, I could see like people being into it like that, even though they don't fully get the opportunity to get into it, because it really is pretty neat. It's a neat hobby. If it's too expensive, at least you can like check it out and, you know, get into it on YouTube. And honestly, the only reason I even learned how to paint all my stuff is Warhammer had all those old videos with Duncan Rhodes, and then he still makes videos on his own channel, but they still make great painting videos on the Warhammer channel that are really helpful if you want to get into painting. It is very expensive in today's current world. That's going to be pretty rough because everything's expensive. But it is a really neat hobby, and I'm really glad that you all turned me on to it. Protocol and all the others who were donating and getting me into it, and then, you know, convinced me to go get an army. At first, I was really skeptical. The first couple of things I painted were really rough, and I was pretty down on it. But I stuck after it, and I've got some miniatures that I'm really proud of now. Like, I'm not a pro, and I'm not suddenly the best or something like that, but you know, it's one of those things where you do something and you look at it and you're proud of it and it feels good. So anyway, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, Keegan. And Barbarians RS says, some lore for your Slaanesh Lord. Betty Boop was in awe at sheer style and power of Patchy, the Prince of Fashion. Never had she seen such a combination of masculine and delicate features from a demon prince before. In exchange for a small 15% in Patchy's clothing empire conglomerate, she vowed to quite literally tap dance all challengers of Lord Patchy's enemies to their graves. After accepting her proposal, Patchy asked her a single question: why 15% of my clothing empire? Betty Booba smiled and said, this girl just wants to have fun. I love it, Barbarians. Thank you for being a channel member, and thanks for the lore. And for that, I mean, we definitely... let's do this one right here. We can go put that title. I had Demon Bride under there, but I feel like we have to recognize the work you just did there. So we'll call her Patchette, aka, you know, it's gonna be Betty Booba. There we go. All right, perfect. So we got Patchette. She is almost in theater here. She's been marching across. Ooh, hang on. Was it Blackrock we were building stuff for, though? Yeah, let's hold here. We don't need her over there right now anyway. Let's hold here. Depravity reigns. And check out... That's forced. Okay, maybe back over into this province. They will never know. Okay, yep. So here's some of our Slaaneshi stuff. We're gonna cash in a couple of these standard Marauder, or no, let's start with the Nurglings. Let's cash it. Yeah, we don't need the Nurglings at the moment. Let's go with a couple of Demonettes of Slaanesh. So now we'll have some pretty devastating flank capabilities. Actually, we'll go with one, because I've already got the Exalted Demonettes. And then let's grab a couple of Spears. Start with that, right? So her army is not going to be able to be quite as powerful yet, but we can give it a little more depth. Demonettes are extremely good flanking units. I believe they have that devastating flanker trait. Is this our Chaon was there, but now I don't see him. This army's trying to get in behind me here. The Burning Monolith is still in control of our Chaon's faction.
Presents no challenge.
I'm gonna go ahead and go hit Storm Rack Mount down here and just keep flushing the enemy out. Or flushing them down the toilet, so to speak. They can't seem to put up a worthwhile resistance to me. We haven't even had a battle. This would be our first settlement here. Have we done a full Tzeentch settlement? I don't know if we have yet. Maybe I did. Let's do a Tzeentch one. Alright. Well, we've got a lot of work to do. They're not taking the Writhing Fortress easily. That's a pretty stout garrison right there. There's a lot of armor and armor piercing. Those garrisons not so good. Back here at the Howling Citadel, certainly not bad. Not bad at all. And let's see for the secrets in these other places. Let's spend a little cash back here. That's going to need an upgrade, and then we'll take a little extra favor there. There we go. All right. So Patchet is recruiting. And then we've got Patchy still pushing through. Okay, let's end this one. We'll continue through the comments here. Alan F., thank you for always being here. He says, Eric, keep the great content rolling. By the way, I keep tuned to all your vids and campaigns. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate it. I know a lot of you do. And I appreciate that. I have a very loyal following of people on this stuff. It may not be as big as it was back in my heyday, but you know, I never started YouTube with the idea that I was going to be like successful. In fact, I thought it was going to be amazing if I ever even just got 100 views on a video. And here I am, right? So I'm very grateful for it. And as long as y'all are enjoying it, I'm going to keep it coming as best I can. Like I said, it's not always super easy for me, but I will make it happen to the best of my ability.
I have ascended.
Okay, I don't really need to replenish anything, so I'm just going to keep pushing hard. We'll be close to the Pillar of Skulls. And Tribe Slaughter there. Karak Doom is still in control of the War Host Apocalypse, so we are going to need to keep slinging Patchet over here. Which one of these could, like, keep you from losing Bloodletting? Because it's kind of annoying, honestly, that we're going to lose it. Regardless, almost. Alright, well, slinging through here as quick as I can go. It's a long walk from where we were at, because our territory stretches far and wide because everybody next to us just keeps declaring war on us. These guys might come trying to attack me again. We'll see. Writhing Fortress could have an upgrade, but I'm not interested in that at the moment. Let's go ahead and just blow through this turn in. Put back a little more cash. Garter Knight says, thanks for the campaign, I'm really enjoying seeing how it develops after my go at the Demon Prince ended poorly. One thing to note about equipment is to consider the item sets and the bonuses they provide together might make otherwise uninspiring item look good. Are you talking about like the body parts? Do they come in sets? Look at this, Sigvald comes out of nowhere. I don't even know how he's back on the battlefield. I thought we extincted him. And honestly, he should probably defeat this, but the auto-resolve's not giving it to him. So, rest in pieces, Sigvald. Rest in pieces. Yeah, are you talking about the body parts? Do they have sets that come together? If so, maybe explain a little more. I'd be curious to hear more about that. I don't quite obviously claim to understand that perfectly. Inductive Grunt says, yeah, more Adventures of Patchy, the true Ever-Chosen. New Lord, doubt this one would get picked, but what about Arkost the Fallen? Once a mortal commander of the Empire fallen to the Blood God's service and granted to Patchy to aid him in his mission, crush humans of the old world. I don't know why, but I've always had the name Arkost running through my head, and I always thought of it for a Khorne character, be it Greater Demon, Demon Prince, or Chaos Lord. Again, I doubt you'll pick it, so many others. Well, a lot of other people did come up with it, but I do like it, Inductive Grunt, and I very much appreciate you taking the time to leave it here. And there were others who liked it as well, so thank you very much. The idea on our coast. In fact, how about we do this? How about I meet halfway here? I don't get to put it on the Lord, but let's try and do my best to get some of this stuff in here. You took the time to write it. Could probably go our coast Superfly. How about this? There we go. So I got something in there for you. We had to mix it a little. Maybe not the original plan, but like I said, that one won't leave you hanging as much because now you got to win there. All right, I'm gonna just keep taking their stuff. They are not effectively counterattacking me, so I am going to attack them. Absolutely. Tzeentch has kind of crappy garrisons, if I remember right, which is going to be the one downside of doing this Tzeentchy stuff here. That's help us with casualty replenishment, though. That's cool. Tzeentch Glory, Tzeentch Corruption. I don't need that casualty replenishment, though. I really just need the garrison more than anything. And then we'll work our way up from there. Patchy's got himself another skill point again. I'm just kind of dumping these into all the corn units because those are the ones I'm going to be most likely to use as we go through here.
Evermore unstoppable.
Right, we've got a little bit of cash. At this point, I'll probably throw a little bit of that cash down back here and make these a little bit more difficult for the war host to push back on. Grab a little bit extra favor there and here. And we need to make that upgrade. That should be good. Save our cash there in the turn. And let's see. Mimic myself was the one that came up with Patchy's name, so thank you again, or Patchette's name, so really appreciate it. He says, watching your videos helps brighten my day. I think I got this one earlier, but yeah, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad it helps you. Thanks for the name. Francesco says, the corn sigil sculpted in the lava on the campaign next to the Howling Citadel is awesome, at least how I see it. Love the series. As always, don't leave us there. Not planning on leaving you, Francesco. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a channel member for so long. You were awesome. Definitely appreciate all the support. I think there's one or a couple more comments here to get to. Thorin666 says, Agent Scully, the Great Cornholio, Lord Harkonnen, Sickle Sandy, depends on the type of Lord. But thank you for all the names, Thorin. Definitely appreciate the suggestions. Those are some good ones. Is the Harkonnen one, is that a Dune reference?
We die!
I was never like really into Dune back in the day. The old movie was kind of strange, but also kind of interesting. The new Dune movie was, again, a little bit odd, but also kind of interesting. Let's see. Why would I make peace with him? Can he actually do anything to me? How did he get territory? Valkia, you know, I leave some simple stuff in your care, okay? You know, you got my flank here. I leave some simple stuff in your care. I just want you to get rid of Sigvald, all right? And you can't even seem to do it. All right, I'm going to decline. We're not giving peace to little shrimpy Sigvald. Ain't no meeting says Patchy needs to get some proper clothes in his for once in his immortal life. Get on a boat, get a proper tailored fancy pants gilt suit by taking Lothern. I like the ideas. Now, I do not know how this is even possible, but thank you very much, Auto-Resolve. Certainly appreciate you. Rest in peace as Warhost, the Never Chosen.
Pleasure.
Even the Auto-Resolve refused to pick you. I love it. Alright, so we got Tribe Slaughter in our control here. Karak Doom is going to need to come under our control as well as the Pillar of Skulls. Let's hit the Pillar of Skulls, and it looks like maybe, well, there's a road part of the way through here. Alright, so there's not going to be any battles in this episode, unfortunately. But we were very successful in capturing a lot more territory and expanding Patchette's army, naming Patchette and naming the other characters. So I feel like we've gotten some important stuff down here, and the Warhost of the Apocalypse is absolutely on its heels. It's not going to be very much longer for this world. So we'll wipe them out, and then hopefully, finally, we can get focused. I mean, this does leave us in a pretty good position to go for Kislev, which is one of our campaign objectives. So we might just invade Kislev next and see how that goes. That could be a lot of fun. Anyway, I will see you all on the next episode. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now. See you soon.